company 24 years ago, and we have stayed true to the fact that this is a yachting experience, not a luxury cruise experience. I talked through some of these differentiators. We've just spent just over $10 million in a dramatic renovation of these yachts. So all of the staterooms look like this. In the industry, we say we took it down to the steel. Basically, everything that you see in this stateroom, and this is our standard Yacht Club stateroom, of which we have 54, they're all brand new interiors to these staterooms. Guests are absolutely loving the renovation. We have incredibly loyal guests, and meeting planners, event planners absolutely love SeaDream because we do have these 54 identical staterooms on deck 2, deck 3, and deck 4. Now, if you did not need 56 total accommodations, we do have the flexibility of having some of those Yacht Club staterooms, a wall gets removed. We call it a Commodore suite, but in reality, it is a double stateroom. And we can create on both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2, 8 of these Commodore suites. We also have one Admiral suite, which is one of our premium suites, and then one owner suite, as you can see here. And in the owner suite, we can host parties. We can have cocktails, hors d'oeuvres in there. This is a nice living room. There's a master bedroom as well as a master bathroom. We also totally put new decking on both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2. So everything throughout the yacht from the standpoint of decking is new. One of the things we do for our incentive charter clients who want to totally brand the yacht, we'll put their logo at the bottom of our pool, as you can see there. All kinds of water sports equipment. Here's an example of a dramatic slide that we now have on board. The guests are loving it. You're literally going down 3 decks. And if anybody has seen the show Below Deck, yachts have slides. So this, from a marketing standpoint, also works incredibly well for us. While we're in the Caribbean, we do this really decadent gourmet beach barbecue along with champagne and caviar served in the surf. You can see little SeaDream in the background. That's at Jost Van Dyke in the British and U.S. Virgin Islands. We also have an incredible Thai spa. We're the only member of the Thai Spa Association. All 5 of our massage therapists are from Thailand, and I can tell you firsthand, they provide incredible spa experiences and massage treatments, not only in our treatment rooms, but also on the beach when we do our beach parties. Now, yachting is about itineraries. We go very unique in our itinerary planning. The Caribbean, we're November to April. In the Mediterranean, May through October, as well as Northern Europe, the fjords, and the British Isles. We are basically sold out for the fjords in 2025, but 26 and 27, we've got great opportunities for charter up in the Northern Europe, the fjords, as well as the British Isles. We, as I mentioned earlier, go to the smaller, more unique ports. We do maximum time in ports with overnights in places like St. Bart's, in Saint-Tropez, Monte Carlo. If you're on your own private yacht and you're in ports like that, you want to have the nightlife available to you in those beautiful ports. We're also blessed in the fact that we are small enough to have the opportunity to go all the way up the Grand Canal to Venice, as you can see here. Larger vessels cannot anymore. There we are in the Corinth Canal with all kinds of room on both sides of the yacht. And again, the fjords of Norway in 25, 26, and 27, absolutely beautiful for our little yachts. Now, the top reason for chartering is, of course, corporate incentives, but we do many milestone events. Family and friends enjoy coming on SeaDream and taking over the yacht. Yacht and country clubs, other affinity organizations like YPO, WPO, CEO, and so forth. And we also do some weddings. Charter customization, we're incredibly comfortable with. You could see TAG. They totally wanted to rebrand us for the Grand Prix of Monte Carlo. But pool decal, flags, banners, menus, theme parties, cuisine. We could put a decal on the slide, all kinds of branding for those companies who want to. Here's an extreme example for the Grand Prix of Monte Carlo, where BMW wanted their clients dining around their concept car. What'd we do? We took and built an aluminum platform over our pool, and we provided them that opportunity. If you're a football fan, Google Tom Brady Grand Prix Monte Carlo, and you'll see Tom Brady in, I think it was 2017, throwing a football to the winner of the Grand Prix that year from SeaDream Yacht Club. Here's an interesting slide. I want to look at apples to apples comparison of a Caribbean SeaDream charter for 5 nights versus a resort stay, and this happens to be at the 5-star Anguilla Resort, the Four Seasons Anguilla. What I did is I grossed up the hotel price to be all-inclusive comparative to SeaDream, and SeaDream comes out to approximately $850 per night per person. The resort stay comes out to $1,210 per night per person. So in this particular example, and I think if you looked at the Mediterranean, you'd find something similar. We're a full 30% better value than that 5-star hotel. Also a great experience, but I have to say, and obviously I'm biased, SeaDream is far more memorable. We can give you a full day in Anguilla. We can give you that overnight in St. Bart's. We can give you the beach party. So at the end of a 5-night, you're experiencing far more than just one beautiful island and one beautiful resort. This also looks at sample pricing for a 7-night voyage in the Caribbean in 2026. But again, remember how highly inclusive we are. Gourmet dining, open bar with premium spirits, entertainment. We've got a pianist and a guitar player, water sports, the beach barbecue. We've got a golf simulator. We also include gratuities, audiovisual, room drops. Totally and highly inclusive. We also are popular for groups. We'll go up to 28 couples, or about half the yacht, for incentive groups. We do have some limitations on programming because we want to make sure that the other guests on board enjoy the experience as well. But we are very popular with incentive groups as well as charters, of course. This happens to be an international chapter of YPO that did a June voyage of 2024. Quick story about this international chapter. They ended up coming on SeaDream in the Caribbean for the first time in 2022. The individual who signed the contract called me and he said, "Bob, we have never had a better networking experience than we just had on SeaDream. Trust me, we're coming back every other year." Fast forward, this was June of 24. They're already booked for 26 back in the Caribbean. So they're going back and forth from Europe and the Mediterranean to the Caribbean. But I was so proud of the fact that he's talked about that, the layout of the yacht, the way the dining works, the bars and so forth, that it just was a dramatic networking experience. This is another excellent comments from a financial services incentive that we did. We ended up getting 45 comment cards, and that never happens to get that high a percentage of the guests commenting on their experience. But the overall rating was 9.8 on a scale of 1 to 10. Now, the incentive company who ran this also did their own rating, and their rating came out at a 4.9 on a scale of 1 to 5. So equally impressive based on their results. The reason, as the president of the company, I sleep very well at night is I know week in and week out, day in and day out, these 95 crew members are exceeding the expectations of our guests. And that's why we have such a high repeat factor, not only for our individual guests, but also for our charter clients as well. These awards are well earned and deserved. We get award after an award, which make us very proud, but it doesn't come without a lot of hard work and passion on behalf of our crew members to deliver those kind of experiences. In ending, I'd simply say there truly is a difference. It's yachting, not cruising. There's incredible cruise products that are out there that are perfect also for the incentive market. But again, think of us as a small boutique hotel buyout that simply goes from small port to small port with an incredible level of service and cuisine. Once again, I thank you for your time. I apologize for the mechanical difficulties we had. And Natalie, are there any questions out there?
Yeah, thank you, Bob. This is amazing. Let me see. We do have questions. So one question is it possible to do a tandem charter using both yachts?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we have done multiple tandem charters in the past, and it's kind of sexy. If you think about being dockside in a place like St. Martin or St. Thomas and having a kickoff gathering of all together, but then do a beach party in a place like Jost Van Dyke or Prickly Pear in Virgin Gorda where everybody's together. And then when we're in St. Bart's, the tenders can take guests back and forth. So we've done insurance companies, we've done the little solo cups, the little red cups that you know. We've done years ago, we did a tandem charter for them. So yes, tandems are possible.
That's really cool. All right, another question we got is, how far in advance are most charters confirmed?
I will tell you, normally it's 18 to 24 months in advance. I've just signed a charter contract for 27. I've got a proposal out there for 28. Shockingly, it's for a 40th anniversary, and I asked the guy to promise not to tell my wife about that kind of planning in advance. But so but then again, at times, every now and then, real close in charters, like I just did an incentive charter for December of this year, where it was possible. So always never think it's not possible. Just check with us and we'll get back to you with what the opportunities may or may not be.
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. This is a good question. With a yacht your size, do you have complaints about motion sickness?
We do get that question, but let me tell you, these vessels are completely stabilized. We do transatlantic voyages that are most of the time very full, if not totally full. And we also provide our captains the opportunity to alter the itinerary based totally on the enjoyment of the guests. So with the very, very high repeat factor we have both with our charter clients as well as our individual guests, we wouldn't be doing the kind of repeat factor if our guests were getting sick. Now, we are in the business of voyages at sea. There can be times when it gets a little rocky, but in general, motion sickness or whatever is not an issue with SeaDream voyages.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big differences between the cruises versus the yachts is that you can stay somewhere longer, stay overnight, or avoid something, and that's a huge difference.
Absolutely. And we get protected whenever there's, a storm blows through. We alter the itinerary to a minimal degree. We obviously want to, as often as possible, meet the exact itinerary that we have scheduled, but we're flexible to ensure the enjoyment of guests.
Nice. Well, I mean, that's all for the questions. I think I love the idea of the PJs with the personalized name and I mean, I could go on and on with everything I love about it, but yeah. So for everybody who was on now live, thank you for joining us. There's the recording, and you can get in touch with me or Bob after the fact to learn more about SeaDream. And we will be back next week, April 2nd, with Hugh Tuckett to learn about Euromic DMCs. So thank you so much, Bob.
Thank you, Natalie. Bye now.
Bye.